Hi, everyone. Okay, I need to really write down an introduction because I can't do introductions anymore. Um, Hi, everyone. Yikes. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming back, or welcome if it's your first video. Today's video is going to be a bit different because it's a voiceover of me doing a plan with me, I guess. And I've not really done a voiceover before for one of my videos, so that's a bit different. I had originally wanted to do a plan with me before, but while I was doing it the first time, I was having a lot of trouble talking and then doing my planning at the same time. So I thought that maybe just recording myself doing the thing and then going through or giving you a bit of a talk. Oh, sorry, my cat. Going through what I'm doing on the page as I go, with additional things, of course. Maybe that would be nice. Oh, sorry, my cat. Okay, you want to get off? Do you want to get off? You're just repositioning? Oh boy. Okay, she's just repositioning. Sorry. She's not my cat. I'm cat sitting for someone. She's very cute. Her name is O'Hara. You'll probably see her at some point. I think you've probably seen her in the pictures in my planner. Yeah. So to start then, as you've been watching, I've been migrating my tasks from my rolling to-do list into the next week. From, I think, my last video, I might have mentioned that I've had condition TN leather on there for quite some months, and it's still here. I'm still migrating it to the next week, but I firmly believe that I'm going to do it sometime this year, I hope. I also have it, yeah. So that first the first two dot points, editing my Stilo Estila video, I will not be uploading that anymore because I think the footage is a bit yikes. I think it got corrupted or something, so I won't be able to do that. Otherwise, I think most of those tasks were just from the previous week. Usually what I do is I fill out a lot of the recurring things that I do in my life, so my job, and I work at normal, or I don't want to say normal, but a corporate 9 to 5, so it's pretty same for most Monday to Fridays, though I'm thinking when my temporary contract ends, I will be dropping down to 36 hours instead of 40, so that's something. And then I'll have a 4-day, hopefully to do a 4-day work week instead. I think if you've watched my videos before, you'll see that on the left side are my planned things, so everything that I actually do or will end up doing during the week. And then on the right column of the left page is to-dos, which are different from the rolling to-dos that I have on the right page. So the idea is that you can probably see for Monday I have meal prep, lunch, and laundry. These are things I want to do specifically on that day. And I don't necessarily, it's not very strict. So even if I don't do those items, I will just migrate them to the next day. I think this week that I was pre-planning, or planning, I guess it's just planning. I also tend to find something that's like a hook for the week. And by the hook of the week, I really just mean something that really stands out or should stand out to me for the upcoming week. And in this case, what I'm writing now is studying for the knowledge of Dutch society exam that I have to take from the day of me recording this video, next Friday. Yeah, so I think by the time it's uploaded, I would have done the exam already. But since I have 2-ish weeks to prepare, I would like to use most moments to study for this exam. It's quite simple, actually. If you've been living in the if you've been living in the Netherlands, you should be able to pass it. So I have a bit of vocal fry in my voice, and I don't know how to get rid of it. Sorry, and the cat is also sleeping on me. Yeah, I think this is the difficult thing about voiceovers. It's difficult to... Oh, sorry, if you can hear that, it's the cat. But I don't know if she's telling me to shut up. Am I talking too much? Oh. Okay, the door opened and then she put her head up. Yes, what am I writing here? I think when I was recording myself, I was very cognizant of that fact, and I wasn't doing things in the usual order that I do them, because you can see that I just went back to complete to-do list things. And I'm recording this on that Monday evening, and I can tell you I did not do any of these items because it's 8:20. I mean, I still have time. I could still do laundry and practice left-right choreo. But yeah, I don't really try to overplan too much, because then I also get overwhelmed. I think there is a good, healthy balance between planning the right amount of things so that you're actually able to function properly, versus over planning, and then you've put too many things on your plate and you're unable to do them because of a really long rolling to-do list or whatever it may be. Yeah, you can also see that I took out my I was gonna say I don't even remember what I was gonna say, but I was gonna put Tamagotchi and Hobonichi together, but I did take out my Hobonichi weeks that I'll be using for 2026, but I think I'm gonna start using it from December, because I'm super excited, and I've not used a Hobonichi weeks in particular since 2022 or 2021 maybe. So it's been a few years, and I'm really keen on exploring the weeks again, because it is one of my favorites. I love how compact and small it is, but I feel it fits so many things. So you can see here, I wanted to do a test month, which also means that if I'm moving into here in December, I will not be using the Traveler's Notebook monthly passport anymore, because I think this will replace that effectively from next month, which is a shame, because I was really enjoying the Traveler's passport monthly refill / insert, but I don't want to be going through too many journals, I think, or planners. But I will be posting a more in-depth video over my Techo Kaigi, I guess. Maybe it's honestly probably my next video. So there's that. But now I'm currently planning out my month for next month, since that's next week. Or yeah, it is next week, which is, where has the year gone, to be honest? Because I think I blinked and the year was suddenly over. It feels like yesterday I was unemployed and playing TFT every single day and crying about not being able to find a job. So time flies, I suppose. Yeah, so you can see here I had already planned out my November. My November's pretty full because I'll be going on holiday. I think maybe when I upload this video I'll be on holiday or just about to go. My cat is twitching again. So I also wanted to move all those tasks or events from my December planner, December monthly in my passport size into my Hobonichi weeks. Wow, I can't I'm so sorry. I feel so inarticulate this video. I think from now on I will really require an agenda, especially for a voiceover. So one thing I wanted to point out while I was doing this monthly was that I was using my Kakuno fountain pen in the fine size, and maybe it's because the Hobonichi weeks is quite small, or is relatively smaller than the Traveler's weeks. I felt that the fine was too thick, because as I was writing on it, I mean, it felt fine, like the pen itself is fine, but the thickness on the paper did not sit right with me. But I kept going for consistency for the sake of this month. But when I wrote dance lesson on that Tuesday on the 2nd, yeah, it did not feel good. So I'm thinking probably maybe not so much using my Kakuno for my Hobonichi weeks, and probably will go back to my Platinum Preppy, because I don't really like thick strokes on a pen, even though this is like a fine, and a fine is still pretty thin. But I think because of the size of the Hobonichi, to me, it's not proportionate in my eyes. And this is just my personal, my writing style. I write pretty small, and the Hobonichi weeks really fits well with my tiny handwriting. So that was just something I wanted to note here. And another thing was I'm using these circle pads, forgot what they were called, from the Hobonichi 2026 lineup, and they weren't enough, at least because they were too big. Not too big. There was not enough of them. Wow, I really don't know what I'm saying in this video. So you can see here, as I'm going, I'd reached the end of that one color. It looks like an orange from afar, but I think it was more of like a reddy orange. Because this is where I realized I'm not going to have enough to highlight the amount of days I'm on holiday. So I think at some point I'm going to reach Christmas and Boxing Day. Then I had the genius idea of swapping the colors for those 2 days so that I have just enough for how long I'll be on holiday. But obviously this is not going to work if I'm using these dot stickers. And sorry that my cat is just cozied up against herself. I will not have enough dot stickers for a holiday that's longer than 14 days, or however many dot stickers there are for these certain colors. So it's the 25th, and I was like, I'm not gonna have enough. So I put it on 27 and 28, and then put different colors for 25 and 26. All good though, no worries. I'll figure out. Probably use different dot stickers, or I just use the Travelers dot stickers. something. It's okay. It's not super serious. So just wanted to highlight when I was gone. But this was something that I really missed when I used a Hobonichi. Sorry, not a Hobonichi. When I used the weekly TN like that I'm using right now. So one issue with the weekly Travelers Company horizontal insert is that it doesn't have a monthly view. You have a date. What is it? A yearly log, a year log. I don't remember what they're called, but when you have every day of the year, but not so much a monthly view like this specifically for the month. I really missed the monthly view, which was why I had the passport size unplanned, undated monthly insert, because I really wanted to see on a monthly view everything that was on my agenda, because it was really easy to see how much I had on my plate, or not. I was looking up the country code for St. Martin because I wasn't sure if it was actually SXM, because that's what everyone calls the island, but I was like, is that the same for the airport? It is. So now you know. Yeah, so I was missing this monthly view. Yeah, I think this is also a personal shortcoming of mine. Not really sure what to say when describing what I'm doing. I mean, I know really there are plenty of things to talk about, but maybe because it's a bit unplanned and I'm winging it a little, it's a bit difficult for me to come up with what to talk about. But yeah, I'm also filling in here. My parents also going on vacation. It's just something I want to keep in mind or know, because we don't live in the same country, of course. So if they're going somewhere, I'd like to know when that's happening. I'm also trying to think of what else I can do with this monthly as well, since I've got a bit more space as opposed to the traveler's passport insert. I think I can do some kind of moderate health tracking maybe, but I'm not sure if I should do it on a monthly view or on the yearly log. I think that's what it's called, a yearly log, right? Because I'm also thinking still what I can be doing with the yearly log, because even though I had it in the traveler's notebook, I did not like have that it was split in half. I mean, in a way, the good thing about the Travelers Weekly is that even though they're split in half, you still get the full year in both books, so you can still forward or backfill for both within both. But for me, something about the layout of the Travelers Weekly did not appeal to me, so I used it for birthdays and then I never looked at it ever again. So I'm not sure what it was, but I'd really like to use the yearly log to some capacity beyond birthdays, because I didn't even look at it for birthdays. So that's that. So I'm open to ideas. I also watch a lot of videos to see what people are doing with their yearly log. Lots of people do a lot of tracking. I've really taken tracking on the nose this year, I'd say. And I used to be a person that said, oh, tracking is not for me. Like, it really has to already be there for me to make use of it in any meaningful capacity. But I'm open to it again now, since I've somehow managed to keep a tracker on for the past year, which is cool. You can see that I'm a bit out of camera, but I'm writing, this is a test spread. And I think towards the end of me writing spread, I realized I was running out of room, so it looks kind of icky. So I think the nib size being fine for this looks really good for something a bit more bold, with nice, like to be a statement text. But for the actual content, I think I really want it to be an extra fine. Yeah. I also really miss the layout of this month because I like this monthly view, because you have a lot of space to kind of write extra things outside of the month, and then they have optional, like the to-dos checklist on the right side of the page. Hello. O'Hara's woken up. The name of the cat. You want to sit? You want to stay? You're watching me on the screen? No? Okay. Yeah, so I've also used it as a monthly view because I think it's nice. There are some things you want to think about throughout the month and not necessarily every single week. Things to be cognizant of. And for this one, for December. Oh, are you going? You're jumping off? Okay, she's jumping off. Oh, my thighs are free. Yeah, sorry, let me just get comfortable again. Yeah, honestly, I really miss this view, and I really prefer the Hobonichi Weeks pencil board to the Travelers Company one by miles, because I think I said in a previous video that I kind of had a texture ick with the Traveler's Notebook pencil board, because it has such a grainy texture that when you write on it, I feel like it transfers onto the paper with the pen that you're using. But the nice thing about the Hobonichi one is that it's smooth, so when I do use it, I don't feel a texture difference, which for me is, I think that, well, there is a texture difference, but I really like that it's smooth at least. So I have a smooth writing experience. I do not want a bumpy one. So here, one other thing that I've really had trouble with in the past with Hobonichi Weeks was what to use the back memo pages for, because I'm a planner, but I don't really live outside of the week, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not putting things to plan, or I don't like the idea of kind of putting things in the back of the planner because I don't really use it for anything. I'm not sure if I'm being clear or if that makes any sense. But I watched a video a while back about done lists, and I think it was also another video by, I don't want to say their names, so I think it's Lilla Bjorn Stationery. I'm so sorry if I pronounce their name incorrectly, but they made a video about done lists, and it's essentially writing down things that you've done during your day to also make you feel like you've accomplished things, which, you know, when you do something, that is what you're doing. You've accomplished something. And it's kind of not the reversal of a to-do list, but you have to-do lists and done lists. And I was thinking of using these back pages in the weeks as done lists. So that's something potentially I can do in the future. I was also thinking of doing my media tracking and stuff in the back, but it kind of makes my traveler's Wikipedia book, or not Wikipedia book, but tracking book that I have be what's the word for null? Void. Yeah. So some questions about my future planning that I still haven't really thought about, but I'm not too worried about it. I know for sure I want to try done lists, and we'll see how far I go with done lists. and I will start. The nice thing about your planners starting in December is that you can treat December as a trial period. So I think I'll definitely be trialing done lists in Hobonichi weeks and see if that works for me. But yeah, I'm also taking ideas of what to use the back pages for, because I really just do a lot of my planning during the week, and I don't really write things outside of that. So whenever I do need to write something, it would just go in the back, not the back, it would go into my pocket notebook. But things that go in my pocket notebook stay there. Like, I don't really migrate it somewhere else. So I think that's that on that topic. Yes, so I'm doing a ink swatch for this page because it's been a while since I've been at Hobonichi, but also I'm quite positive about the paper quality this year, which is one of the main reasons I went back to the Hobonichi weeks as well for 2026. Very good feedback with the paper when I did the paper test back a few months ago at Miss Store when they were doing the Test Your Hobonichi Paper Day. So from what I see here, yeah, I think also when I was doing the Kakuno and the Preppy test, there was a big difference in the thickness. Something which was not so immediately obvious to me in the Traveler's Weekly is super obvious to me in the Hobonichi weeks. So I'm not sure if it's like a paper difference. No. Sorry, the cat is begging for attention. Yeah, so I've lost my train of thought again. Yes, the difference in the thickness is much more prominent within the Hobonichi Weeks paper. I don't know if it's just like also perception or the Tomoe River paper. I don't know what it is. I think maybe also the... Hey, what are you doing? Hey. I'm so sorry. I think also having a cat just destroys my train of thought because she would come past me and I'll focus on that. Yeah, I think also because the boxes, the grid is a lot smaller on the Hobonichi weeks. But this is maybe this is an assumption because, you know, now that I look at it, maybe it's not so different. Maybe I could look at it right now, but I can't be bothered. Yeah, I'm not sure. Either way, to me, there's a difference. It's a very stark difference for the Hobonichi weeks. Let me know if you think the same or have similar thoughts on that. Yeah, so I'm just ink swatching, just swatching all the pens that I use most regularly. Minus the Stadler. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. But I do really like that pen. It's a very good pigment liner. But I'm really hoping that the paper is a big hit and not a miss, because I will definitely be mostly using fountain pens. And if I was just a ballpoint pen user or a gel pen user, I feel like I would not notice bad paper as obviously, because ballpoint and maybe gel actually you might be able to notice, but definitely ballpoint pen, you can use that on anything and it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm really hoping that it's at least my Hobonichi is the good quality batch, the nice batch. Not that I've heard much complaints this year, or I'm just not watching that many videos on the Hobonichi paper quality, but I think overall and as far up until now, I've had a good positive experience with the Tomoe River paper. Sorry, I'm also hearing the cat again doing something. So I think I have a few minutes left on this. I'm trying to think of what else to talk about in the meantime, besides being very excited about using the Hobonichi weeks. But I've kind of been doing some reflecting on my past YouTube videos, and I also think maybe I want to improve the quality of my channel next year. I think especially when I take less hours from work, I can treat this hobby a bit more with a bit more care than I am currently, because this is definitely a side gig, and while I do it because I love stationery and I want to share it with everyone, I do want to put a bit more care and effort as well into it if I can. So I've already been experimenting with, this voiceover and trying to be a bit more better about editing videos. Unfortunately, I cannot really do much about my filming situation because I know sometimes my YouTube videos are not super sharp, but my laptop is super weak, and any editing that I do really just I can't render it because it will take a day plus, and I can't do that at the moment. So if I had a much more powerful laptop, maybe I'll be able to do it, but I won't be able to change the contrast and such for my videos in the foreseeable future. But I'm hoping it's not much of an issue and that you can still see the quality. Oh yeah, here you can see my cat. You can see O'Hara interfering, but it's a nice little cameo. But yeah, I'm hoping to put a lot more effort into my YouTube videos for 2026 and in the future, which includes finding a nice like an intro song, and also having intros, and thinking of putting more text and being a bit more. In my earlier videos, I was actually doing edits of thumbnails, and then I stopped doing that for some reason. No, I do know the reason. I got lazy. Yeah, for 2026, I'm hoping much better channel direction from me. But luckily, I've already stuck to having a consistent schedule. So I've been doing videos every fortnight, which has been really good. And I've managed to stick with that so far. So I'll keep going with 2026. Oh, why? No. In a few minutes when I'm done, okay? So yeah. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I think I'll wrap it up, but I will see you all in the next video, and thank you so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.